Hello everyone, I have some satellite imagery to look at here, shared by MT Anderson on Twitter. These show Olenya and Engels airbase. This video has been pushed back a bit, so the images are a bit older, but they're still from early May and still worth a look. This first image is of Olenya airbase from May the 7th. This base is of interest because two 95 bombers have launched from here to carry out bombing raids in Ukraine. The base is home to the 40th Composite Aviation Regiment, who are part of the 22nd Guards Heavy Bomber Aviation Division. What's interesting about this base is that two 95s previously based at Engels Air Base were moved here after the drone attacks on Engels. After we look at this image in more detail, we'll see where exactly this base is and whether Ukraine can hit it. Four sections of the base are highlighted, so Section A, on the top left, we can see a pair of two 160 supersonic heavy bombers. Russia has 15 of these in service, plus 10 on order, and these have been used to launch missiles towards Ukraine. Section B, we can see the bulk of this base's bomber fleet, 8 Tu-95 Bear bombers here. A good chunk of these would have been based at Engels before Engels got a visit from a drone. These are the main bombers which Russia uses to launch long-range missiles. Russia has around 42 Bears in service. Interestingly, we can also see a pair of Tu-22Ms here. These have also been used in missile strikes towards Ukraine, and Russia has 66 of these in service. Now the next section gets a bit confusing. So the middle of the airstrip, on the image zoomed out a bit, you can see the jets positioned here, which are down at the bottom, zoomed in. This is the transport hub of the base. First, there's a large Il-78 tanker. 20 of these are in service. These are Russia's sole tanker aircraft, and the type is still under production. There are also two new tanker aircraft being developed by Russia. Near the tanker, heading right, there are three helicopters, more than likely transport types. And in the middle are a trio of An-22 transporters. The An-22 is quite rare. Russia actually only has 3 of them in service. Finally, the right-hand side of the base, we have another row of 6 Tu-95 Bears. So in total here, we have 14 Tu-95s out of 42 in service, a pair of Tu-160s out of 15 in service, and a pair of Tu-22Ms out of 66 in service. So a pretty substantial bomber force. Here's its range from Kyiv, so almost 2,000 kilometers. So it is very unlikely that Ukraine could ever reach this base to target it. So this base and the bombers are safe, unless some partisans decide to pay it a visit. But it is a sign that the drone attacks on Engels did have an effect on Russia's operations. The bulk of the bomber fleet had been moved here, greatly increasing the flight time needed to reach close to Ukraine to launch missiles. Now let's check what is at Engels. And as you can see in this satellite image from early May, Engels Air Base has been stripped of bombers since the drone attacks, with only a handful remaining there. One Tu-95 is highlighted in red. This one has been stripped for parts long ago. It shows up on old Google Maps imagery. Also stationed at the base are 4 other Tu-95 Bears and 3 Tu-160s. So a very small force of bombers here, and they are pretty well spaced apart for protection. If you look close at the top of the image, you can also see faint lines heading up and down on the tarmac. These are protective berms which are built after the drone strikes on Engels to try and protect the aircraft. So let's check out where it is. So here's its distance from Kharkiv, over 700 kilometers. We know Ukraine can hit this base with drones because they have done so, I believe twice, in the past. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, and take care everybody.